Hey, my gorgeous Geminis. Welcome back to the Guiding Chariot and welcome to your mid-season reading. I hope you guys are all doing well. I am wishing you the best. Let's jump in. I'm kind of ready for this already. As always, house rules still apply. So this will be a general message for all Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Take the messages as they resonate. If something doesn't fit, doesn't vibe, leave that on the table. It's meant for someone else. Take the rest. Alright, my lovely Geminis, this month should be feeling, honestly, it should be feeling pretty good for you. I know this reading is kind of a check-in halfway through the season, but we are kind of starting May. The energies of this month, honestly, is going to be really good for you. It might feel kind of slow or kind of wonky in the beginning, or aka now, but as we get closer to the end of May and move into your season, so happy early birthday, everyone. Definitely you are going to be feeling more creative, feeling more in control, feeling more comfortable in your own skin, almost feel like more authentically you, but it makes sense. We're moving back into your season, so you're all going to be going through your solar return very soon, but also Mercury, your ruling planet, is coming home. And well, technically it already is home. But as it's moving through Gemini, and it will be in Gemini for a very long time, because we also have Mercury retrograde at the end of the month. So throughout the rest of this season and throughout the rest of May, you are just kind of on an upswing, getting more comfortable, getting more creative, kind of tuning in, getting more authentic with your thoughts, your desires, your wants, your needs, all of those things. And then we're going to hit that retrograde period, and it's not that that's going to mess you all up, but it's going to give you a chance to revise. So as you've kind of done your check-ins, as you've processed, as you've grown, during retrograde you're going to get a chance to look over that and be like, hey, here's your final chance to edit before you turn in your assignment, right? So honestly, it's going to work out great in your favor. And again, having your home planet in your home sign for, normally it's there for a month, now it's going to be there for 3, because it's literally going to go through it, go back, and then go forward again. So you're going to have a good run with Mercury. As long as you, stay open. Once we hit that retrograde, make sure you are paying very close attention, starting off very strong with the King of Wands. I told you, checking in, getting authentic, balancing out your needs and your wants. You are definitely coming into your own. You are definitely in your power. If you don't feel that way, trust it will shift. We've only just begun, Gemini. Now, one thing I will say, and who knows, more will probably come out with the tarot. This King of Wands, this is a card of following passions, right? And it's also a card of action. So for those of you who are like, I do not feel that way, honestly, and I'm not calling anybody out, I love you all, but some of you, this is a king of action, right? He feels like something, he's going to do it. He desires something, he's going to go after it. For some of you where you're like, no, I am not in King of Wands, and I do not feel like that. Honestly, I bet you, I want to say this and not come off real like, but honestly, I bet some of you kind of know where that's happening and what you could be doing to feel this way. But for some of you, you may be choosing not to. You may be choosing to stay in a comfort zone, or do what's comfortable and common and ordinary versus really going after your wants and your desires, taking the initiative, right? I want to say it was you, Gemini, but when we did your last reading, there was a lot about taking action. I think you were starting something new too, whether you were shifting your position at work or starting your own thing. It felt like there was a big shift coming up. So I want to make sure we stay on that path and don't surrender it because we, want to stay comfy, cozy, and comfortable, which is what happens in Taurus season. So the danger is getting too cozy, getting too comfortable. Oh, we're gonna take that one. That one wanted to stick out. Yeah. Oh my God. Look at that. The devil, temptation. So be very careful, some of you. No wonder why I really needed to pause and talk about that, because, yeah. Don't fall for temptation. You know, it may feel nice to take a break. It might feel nice to like, oh, I just want to keep things as they are. I don't really want to put in a whole lot of effort right now. I'll do it tomorrow. Stack up enough tomorrows, years go by, right? So, oh, okay. So be very careful about that energy. And I think as we move through the season, even if you are feeling that way, and even if you're like, ah, yeah, shut up, TC, I think this energy starts to get weaker as you start to get stronger. So as Gemini continues to move through your sign, as the sun moves into your sign, you definitely start feeling a little more yourself again, if it feels a little as we speak. Hierophant, yes. So definitely a card of learning. Honestly, what's coming through here is structure, right? Because this card is all about religion and tradition, right? It's a real structured card. It's a very strict card as well. And I think this is what you really need to focus on, is being disciplined, right? What is being expected of you? Where maybe have you taken an easy way out versus like really committing and having some follow through, all right? So that's going to be a big thing. Honestly, I'm going to leave it there, because that's all I don't feel necessarily the religious or spiritual side coming off so much. It's literally this, like, and even actually look the way the cards are made, they're facing each other. It's like the devil on one side, come play, put it off for another day, let's just be silly and be lazy and enjoy. And then on the other side you have the voice of the Hierophant be like, no, people are counting on you, people are expecting this, you should be expecting this of yourself. We're talking about your life and your desires and your manifestations. Put in the work, right? Believe in yourself enough to put in the work. Where this one's like, nah, do it tomorrow. Like, it's very that, Gemini. That may even be the two sides of your personality right now, right? Strength card, so could be dealing with the Leo. Devil card could be affecting a Capricorn. All these, Taurus even with the Hierophant. But to me, this is your inner strength. This is your power to overcome, right? Do not give in to this voice. Don't give in to ego. Don't give in to fear. Don't give in to doubt. Center of your spread, the star, hope springs eternal, right? Expecting the best. Expecting the best, being driven, you know, moving forward. Again, the star is always kind of that guiding light card. And then we have this Knight of Pentacles, you chasing after it. It's not going to come overnight, so you got to be a little patient. But you have to be practical. You have to be taking steps. And that's the thing with the Knight of Pentacles I always talk about. He may be one of the slower, well, let's be honest, he's the slowest of the knights, but he's always making progress. He's always moving forward, right? So he's very careful and very strategic about what he does, but that doesn't mean he's not moving, right? It's just steady. And I always say it's because what he's working on, he's so committed to it, he's so dedicated to, he's so passionate about it. He's not willing to take the risk. It's not worth trying something new, but then it sets you two or three steps back. That's not how this guy operates. He's like, no, I'm going to make slow, steady progress. I'm going to be smart about this. So really tapping into your practical side during what's left of Taurus season. And honestly, it's commitment, right? When you think of a Taurus, when you think of a bull, right? They do their thing and that's all they want to do. They just let me plow my field. This is my spot. I'm going to stay here, right? That's you kind of are hunkering in for these next 2 weeks as we close out Taurus season. That's really what's being asked of you, right? Instead of time to play, time to escape, time to get away from responsibility, this is really your moment. It's really your moment. Look, we had 4 majors in a row, right? Starting with you feeling in control and in your own power, being tempted, the struggle between temptation and discipline, finding the strength to expect more from you, right? And then making that progress. I mean, Gemini, I would say yeah, let's just say it. These 2 weeks, very pivotal in the sense where this is where you're building momentum, right? So you have the opportunity to help it grow or to just stop it cold, right? So there may not be anything big or crazy coming in right at this moment, but this is your chance to make things happen. This is your chance to either pick up speed or lose it, and it'll be so much harder to get it back if you let it go now, especially considering that retrograde is coming. You know, and if you've seen every time I talk about retrograde, I always get a little like, excuse me, like miffed about it, because people make it like this big horrible thing, and it's so not. You know, you can start new things during retrograde. It's going to require extra focus. You're going to have to be really careful. Excuse me. And really diligent about doing your homework. Stop it. High Priestess card. Yes. Listen to your intuition, right? Your intuition knows what you should be doing. So even if mentally you're like, oh, I'm going to take it easy today, you know your insides are like, really? Oh, there it is. My sneezes always come in 3, so I'm always like, ugh, hurry up, where's the 3rd one? But this is your higher self, this is your inner voice. Be like, really? You sure we want to call in sick today? You sure we want to play hooky? You sure you want to take this moment to, you know, binge watch that show versus getting, you know, 1 or 2 things on the to-do list done? You can still rest later. It's kind of that. Oh, okay. Beautiful. Good job, Geminis. So you know, this is I always kind of see this as immediate past, kind of where we are now, and then immediate future. So I know this is coming, but look, 6 of Swords, moving forward. Very good. Very good, Gemini. So whether you're feeling it now, I mean, the sooner you feel it, the better. But whether you're feeling it now or not, eventually you get to that understanding, right? You get to that point where you're like, all right, I can't play very much longer. I've got to get this done. But like I said, I do think the sooner you get there, the better. So, ooh, okay. There it is. Yep. 3 of Cups. Reason to celebrate. And again, I think this came up, I feel like this came up in your last reading too. But I'm looking at the 3 of Cups, and I feel like it's a group of you. So maybe that's why this is so, not problematic, but why this is so important, because if we're talking about a group thing, right? If you bow out, you're holding up things for a bunch of people. So regardless if this is celebration of success and victory or celebration in union of a group thing, either way, we want to make sure we start moving that train. We want to make sure that things start to shift and we can honestly enjoy it. Like, look at these lovely ladies all together in a circle with their 3 cups of, you know, whatever it is they're drinking. If it was me, I know there'd be some wine in there. We want to get you there, Gemini. We want to move you into that zone. All right, my loves. I know we were a little backwards this time. We did the tarot, and now we're doing the oracle. But you know what? Change never hurt nobody. For the most part. All right. Look at that. What did we get? Look at you. All right, so first one, The Secret of Camelot. What a beautiful card, right? Can you see it? Yes, you can. Love that image. The Authority of Spirit, and then you also have Sacred Journey, which I think this is the standout one between the two for you. Both incredibly important, but this one I think is really speaking to what we were just talking about. So Sacred Journey does talk about, it's a sacred journey inward. So there is a little introversion, which again, we know we either went through that, going through that, as we're slowly coming out of it now though. But you know, there could be definitely some check-ins. And for sure, we talked about as Mercury is moving through Gemini, you are going to be feeling more and more in control, more and more in your own power. And that's where you really learn about yourself and desires and all that kind of stuff. And then you start to, you know, seek those things out as you kind of come into alignment with them. So there's a much deeper understanding of self with this card coming up, which is beautiful. It's a great journey for you. It's a great journey for everyone, but in this moment, this is kind of what you need. But again, that's where we get to the authority of spirit, because then you fully know who you are. I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing this. I have my purpose, right? This is what I'm working for. This is what I'm doing it all for. So big journey, big direction for you. And again, the end of the season, it's not so much about necessarily making the shots, right? But it's about building that momentum, moving in that direction. So it may not be a finalized, like, there it is, but it is about kind of move. Look, bottom of the deck, powerful move. Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. So this is like it's almost like this is your prep phase as we start to warm up, as we start to move into that energy. As I'm dropping cards now. Yeah. And then you have close encounters here. So this card I can read a couple different ways, but honestly, it's the close that's standing out the most to me. Like, it's like I just have the phrase, like, a brush with greatness is kind of what I'm hearing, and that's literally what it is, right? It's like you're so close, you're making it happen, but we just have to do it. We've got to make it all the way. There definitely can be a sense of vulnerability here, right? As we get to know ourselves, that puts us in our authenticity, which means we need to step out being authentic, which means people can see what it is, right? They can see who we are. So there is a vulnerability there. But again, that vulnerability is your strength, right? This is your superpower right now. So this is something you definitely want to tap into. And yes, with some people that may mean setting really healthy boundaries. Not a bad thing. Also not a thing that you're incapable of. Like, you can handle that. If not, calling the other twin will help you. So, yes, there is vulnerability. You're allowing people in. You're allowing people to see you. You're allowing people a little closer than maybe you have been or you normally would. But it's fine. It's totally fine. Because again, you are so close to making this happen, right? We've just got to get over that hurdle. Geminis. It's beautiful, beautiful reading. So again, this is just a checkup for what's going on the next 2 weeks as we close out Taurus season and then move into Gemini season. Again, happy early birthday. I'm hoping your season is amazing for you. With that said, I'm going to close this out. Thank you as always for all your love and support. If you like this reading, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what spoke to you, what you'd like to see more. As always, if you're not already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's the best way to be notified when your next reading is popping up. And until next time, Gemini, stay safe and take care. Bye.